After finally getting adjusted to the time difference, this is my first day in Florence I truly enjoyed. We started our day off at the Duomo, where we waited to meet up with Tyler's family and their friends. This was my third time back inside the Duomo, and without fail, it still took my breath away. We quickly said our highs and goodbyes to Tyler's parents since they were leaving for Rome the next day. Tyler still wasn't feeling that great, so we decided to leave the Duomo since we'd been there for an hour already and go grab some food. After lunch and some shopping, Tyler decided to call it a day and go back to our place to slip off the cold. I still wanted to enjoy this beautiful day, so I decided to go to my favorite bar and respond to my emails and edit. The next morning, we had an early wake-up call for 5 a.m. so that we could catch the train to La Spezia. From there, we would make our way to the marina and hop on the boat that we were chartering for the day. We previously chartered a boat when we went to the south of France and wanted to have another beautiful experience on the sea. However, this time it took a bit of an unexpected turn for me. I had a bit of a breakdown due to the choppiness and lack of control of the situation. Once we got to calmer waters and anchored, we truly had the most spectacular time. This ended up being both of our favorite days of the whole entire trip. We ended the day off with a quick stop to Cinque Terre, which was deeply underwhelming to say the least. We took the train back to our Airbnb and grabbed a late dinner. The next morning, we took a day trip to Siena. By the time we arrived at the train station, we were ready for lunch. We found a trattoria tucked away from the large crowds. This was one of the most simple yet exceptional meals we had during our time in Italy. Siena's cathedral is probably one of my favorite cathedrals I've ever had the pleasure of stepping into. It is the most magnificent piece of architecture in Italy, in my opinion, down to the stained glass sculptures, the paintings adorning almost every wall and ceiling in the place. After our stop at the cathedral, we decided to call it a day and get back on a train to Florence. That evening, we took a long walk to our Airbnb host's favorite pizza place, which was indeed an amazing selection on her behalf. The next day was a travel day since we were switching Airbnbs. We were staying in Fiesole, which is about 20 minutes outside of the heart of Florence. However, when we arrived at our supposed Airbnb, we found out that we had a half-mile walk to the actual place we were staying in. Let's just say walking a half a mile with 4 suitcases on a gravel road in 80-degree weather isn't the most enjoyable thing in the world. The day turned around when we went back into Florence to enjoy some drinks on my favorite rooftop that overlooks the Duomo. And had the most spectacular cacio e pepe for dinner.
Desde pequenino que eu sei que o amor perdura.
These past few days were spent soaking up the sun in the countryside. However, we decided to venture back out into Florence to get some drinks and admire the spectacular views. On our second to last full day in Florence, we decided to go to a wine bar to hide from the on and off rain. Later in the day, we decided to stop at the Santo Spirito Sunday market. However, our day was cut short when the rain started pouring down on us. Let's just say the half-mile walk from the bus stop to our Airbnb in the pouring rain was not enjoyable and as romantic as I thought it would be. Sadly, the rain continued on all night and partially into the next couple days. Stick around for the next upload, which will show my chaotic ending to our time in Florence and my trip to Northern California with my girlfriends for my birthday.